Are you serious? Are you serious? You're looking at a modern-day Middle East map. As you can see, there's Turkey at the top, Syria, Iraq, right below them, Iran in green, way over to the right. You can see where Saudi Arabia is. There's Jordan. And right here in this little sliver, that's Israel, okay, that everybody is fighting over. This is what the whole world, especially the Arabic world, that's what they all are about. Now, the Arab Spring that Obama, Obama first went to Egypt, went to Cairo, and he fired up the Muslims. He gave a speech just a few months after he became president of the United States in early 2009. It was the same time that he went and spoke to 200,000 Egyptians and fired up the Muslims, but he also ran America in the ground and also said that the American policy, foreign policy, was a two-state solution going back to the pre-1967 borders up here in Israel. So we already know, and he has stuck to that. And that's why you've seen the Obama administration constantly work a foreign policy that always is at Israel's detriment. Now, when the Arab Spring began, it was President Obama, along with his Secretary of State, Hillary Rodham Clinton, that said that Tunisia's President Ben Ali must go. And he did. He'd been there 23 years. Then they said 32-year leader of Egypt, Hosni Mubarak, must go. And in 18 days, he did. Then they said Muammar Gaddafi must go. And it took about 6 months, and a no-fly zone and airstrikes. But finally, we saw the pictures of Gaddafi being shot in the street. Then Obama said that Yemen's President Ali Abdullah Saleh must go away. And after 7 assassination attempts, he did. Then he said President Assad must go up here in Syria. But Russia said no, he's not. And then we've seen about 4 years now of a horrific war between Assad's government and the remainder of the Syrian people. So this was what I would call the Arab Spring, and I'm going to show you some more in just a moment. But if you have a Bible, if you'll go to Daniel chapter 11, I want to read just a few verses. It tells you, if you go to verse 35, well, actually move up just a little bit. Let's just go ahead and read verse 34. I'm in Daniel 11, verse 34. Now, when they shall fall, they shall be holpen with a little help, but many shall cleave to them with flatteries. And some of them of understanding shall fall to try them and to purge and to make them white, even to the time of the end, because it is yet for a time appointed. All right? And the king shall do it according to his will. He shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished, for that is determined shall be done. Now go to verse 41. It says, he shall enter also into the glorious land. And this is considered the glorious land, especially because Israel's in the center. And who's he? He is an antichrist spirit that operates, of course, within people. The Antichrist, there's many Antichrists that went out in the world, folks. I mean, John told us that in 1 John. But there is a specific Antichrist, the Antichrist, which will rise. Notice what it says, he shall enter also into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown, which I just pointed out. Tunisia, Egypt, Libya, Yemen, and in the process of Syria. So he shall enter also into the glorious land. Many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom and Moab and the chief of the children of Ammon, or Ammon. That would be Jordan right here, Ammon, Jordan, or the children of Ammon, which would be the Jordanians. All right? They will escape. So Jordan did not fall during Arab Spring, although there was some riots going on there. There were some in Saudi Arabia. There were some in Bahrain. There was some in Algeria. All in that, even Qatar. Even a little bit in Kuwait, which is right over here. You can see here's Kuwait. And Qatar and Bahrain, they're all right in here. And there, that little yellow one, that's UAE, or the United Arab Emirates. Okay? Of course, here's the Iranians. Now, so it says here that Jordan will escape. Then it goes on to say, he shall stretch forth his hand also upon the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. Well, we know that's true. Mubarak was, not only was Mubarak replaced, but by the fierce king, the cruel lord, Mohammed Mursi, who was the head of the Muslim Brotherhood, who had thousands of people chanting, millions of martyrs will march on Jerusalem. Millions of martyrs will march on Jerusalem. But after Mursi being in power 1 year, he just about destroyed the economy of Egypt, burnt 500 churches, crucified Christians in the front lawn of his palace, executions, honor killings, torture of Christians in the basement of mosques. I mean, it was a mess for a year until al-Sisi, the general of the army, took over, took Mursi out of power after 1 year and arrested him, and took back the government and turned it more into a moderate government like it was under Mubarak. Mubarak was a great friend of America and Israel. We had peace. Egypt and Israel had peace for the entire 32 years that Mubarak was the president. And why in the world Obama and Hillary Clinton would turn their back on Egyptian President Mubarak is still a mystery to me. This shows you their foreign policy ideology has to do with the division of Israel, if not destruction of Israel. And let me just read on. Here's what it says. Let's go back to the Arab Spring. It's in Daniel chapter 8. He shall stretch forth his hand upon the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. So Mursi gets taken out, and now you have el-Sisi. So Egypt definitely did not escape the Arab Spring. It's had 2 presidential changes. But he shall have power over the treasuries of gold and silver, and over all the precious things of Egypt. And the Libyans and the Ethiopians shall be at his steps. And we know this is true. The Libyans, when Gaddafi fell, America seized $50 billion worth of gold that Gaddafi had stored. Also, when Egypt fell, when Mubarak fell, America got their hands on $20 billion of offshore accounts that Mubarak had. So Obama's administration made out like a bandit during this Arab Spring. But tidings out of the east, now that would be China, and out of the north, that would be Russia, shall trouble him. And Russia's really troubled him because he stopped him from taking Syria out of power. And if it weren't for Vladimir Putin, this country here would not be being wiped out by ISIS right now, but it would be already, it would just be completely disastrous. It's already disastrous, but Assad would not be there. Now, here's what ISIS has done. ISIS completely controls a half of Iraq and about half of Syria, and this land right in here in the center. And believe it or not, that's a biblical prophecy. That's found in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, 41 through 46. I call it the Babylon prophecy, but it's where they've taken this large swath of land, which is called the land of the Chaldeans. And that's total chaos now in that part of the world. All right? So we can see what's happening. It goes on to say that out of the east and out of the north he shall trouble him. Therefore he shall go forth with a great fury to destroy, and utterly to make away many. Now, we have not seen that move yet. We have not seen an American fury to destroy many. And he shall plant the tabernacles of his palace. Sorry about that. The tabernacles of his palace between the seas in the glorious holy mountain, yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him. When I look at that, shall destroy with a great fury, I wonder, is that going to be Iran doing a major thing here because they control. Look what Iran does. Iran controls, they support Hamas in Israel. They fund Lebanon's Hezbollah right up here. They fund Al-Qaeda and Al-Nusra in Syria and Hezbollah in southern Syria. They funded the Houthis' overthrow of the second Yemen president. So now Yemen's had 2 overthrows and don't have a president now. ISIS threatening Saudi Arabia from both now this border and this border. This is a total mess. The Middle East under the Obama administration has become an absolute state of chaos, but it's actually biblical prophecy. We're living in the days of Daniel chapter 11. And folks, I'm telling you, as these things come to pass, they're leading us right up to the rise of the new world order, because out of chaos will come control. Not only is this a chaos, but there's chaos in the financial sector. There's advancements in the technology sector. The Obamacare bill and the microchip system is advancing rapidly. And we are really, folks, on the rise of the beast. We're at the brink of the beast. We're on the edge of eternity. We're at the apocalyptic hour. Something biblical is going on with the signs of the second coming of Christ. Are you saved? Are you saved? Because we are truly living in the beginning of sorrows, and time is running out. Give your life to Jesus Christ.